I am the Queen of the White Knight. How is this possible? You're me. Are you from another dimension? I am your ancestor. I lived 400 years ago. You are the key. You are our only hope, the savior of the rest of the outcasts. The key? How? Look!
Stop running, witches! You are going to hell!
We are not witches. You are the one who is going to hell for stealing our land, resources, and enslaving us in the name of God.
You dared to accuse me of such things. I am a devout follower of God, and I am doing his work by eradicating the witches from our land.
Oh yeah, because burning innocent women at the stake is definitely God's work.
And what about the native people who lived here before you? Did God tell you to take their land and kill them?
We are spreading the word of God and saving souls from eternal damnation. Yeah.
Saving souls? More like condemning them to a life of misery and suffering.
You may think you're doing God's work, but in reality, you are just a tool of oppression and hatred.
You will pay for your blasphemy! You are all going to burn in hell!
Get rid of them once and for all.
You may try to silence us, but you'll never extinguish the truth. Our legacy will live on forever. What can I do to save the outcast? You will find the answer when the time is right. Trust yourself, W. You are stronger than you realize.
Behold, the witches that have plagued our lands! We shall cleanse our town of their evil presence and ensure a prosperous future for all! For our future prosperity! Let them burn! Burn them now! Burn them now!
Remember who you are. You are the key. Stop! This is not justice. These people are not witches. They are innocent. We must not let fear and hatred control us.
Silence, child! You know nothing of the evils that lurk among us!
No! It is you who are blind to the truth. Love and understanding will always triumph over hatred and ignorance.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God! Stop them!
They are getting away.
So Jericho is the land of my ancestors. The outcast must take it back.
We don't have time for finger pointing. Just go, go, go!
This all started one quiet night in the city of Jericho. I sat there, motionless on the swing. The cold wind blew through the dense forest outside Nevermore Academy, whistling as if it was speaking to me. The rustling of leaves and breaking of twigs added their voices to the mystic of the night. Suddenly, I saw some familiar faces in the distance, moving between the trees. Squinting to get a better look, I recognized S, H, and Y. What were they up to? I had to find out. Carefully getting up from the swing, I tiptoed after them, staying hidden behind trees and bushes. I followed them for a while, curious about their destination. Eventually, I saw them enter a dark, mysterious building in the distance. Moving closer to get a better look, I realized that it was the abandoned hotel, the Jericho Inn, its broken windows and overgrown vines creeping up the walls. Why would they come here? I hesitated for a moment, but my curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to investigate. I approached the entrance, being careful not to make a sound. As soon as I touched the gate of the hotel, I had a vision of my friends. Running away from this horrible-looking monster. Realizing that they were in trouble, I knew I had to warn them. I quickened my pace, rushing to find them and let them know about the impending danger. Nice to meet you too.
Meanwhile,
This is all your fault.
We don't have time for finger pointing. Just go, go, go.
Close the damn door!
That was a close one, wasn't it? I thought it was going to catch us for sure.
Yes, I could feel his cold breath on my back. I never thought I'd be so afraid of a monster.
Let's just be glad we made it out alive.
Thank goodness for the guiding light. We wouldn't have found these books without it.
Agreed. Let's hope the clues in these books are useful in unlocking the exit door.
What happened to your face?
Looks like a rock landed on his face and made a hole the size of Ohio.
I didn't always look like this, you know. But since you seem curious about me, I will tell you my story. And in the end, if any of you can tell me why this happened to me, I might let you live. I was once a human with a great future ahead of me. I had dreams, hopes, and aspirations just like any of you. I was studying to be a lawyer, and my family was proud of my achievements. I had everything I could ask for. However, fate had something else planned for me. One day, while holidaying at the Jericho Inn with my parents, I decided to take a stroll along the promenade of Lake Jericho when I felt a sharp pain on my leg. I looked down and saw a leech attached to me. I didn't think much of it, as it was a common occurrence in those days. However, little did I know that it would change my life forever. Days passed, and I started to feel strange. My room was opposite my parents' suite. My body began to elongate, and my limbs grew abnormally long. My head transformed into that of a leech, and my once handsome face turned into a circumference filled with teeth. I was horrified by what had become of me. I was no longer human. I had become a monster, a freak of nature. I stood outside my room and let out a mighty scream for help. My voice reverberated through the entire hotel, and when the residents came out of their rooms and saw an abominable creature standing in the hallway, they all fled for their lives. About 10 minutes later, the whole of Jericho Inn was completely empty. I wandered aimlessly throughout the inn and very quick realized that I was completely alone. With everybody gone, the Jericho Inn became my new home. I have been residing here ever since, away from the prying eyes of humans. This place may be creepy and mysterious, but it's the only place where I feel accepted. My long arms and legs help me move around with ease, and my leech-like head allows me to feed on the blood of the creatures of the night. So, I hope my story has taught you that life can be unpredictable. You may have a bright future ahead of you, but one wrong turn can change everything, just like you wandered in here tonight. Remember, monsters like me may look ugly, scary, and terrifying, but we have our stories to tell. Now, can any of you tell me why this became my fate? Can you? I didn't think so. Who are you? And why do I feel like I know you?
If only you can see me, you would know that you are my ancestor. You don't get it, do you? Your prank was cruel and hurtful, and you're going to pay for it.
Look, whatever we did to you, we're sorry.
Yeah, we were just messing around. You don't have to get so worked up about it, whatever it was.
You can run, but you can't hide.
What did we do to you anyway?
You don't know? If you need me to justify what I'm about to do to you, I will. Do you remember my first week in school?
What are you talking about?
I'll remind you. It all started when my brother and I transferred to Nevermore Academy. It was the first week of school when my little brother V was subjected to the most brutal bullying I have ever seen. When a group of seniors cornered him, it was L, O, R, and E, the official school bullies. They started mocking him, calling him names and pushing him around. V just didn't know what to do. He was just a little kid who had never experienced anything like that before. But it didn't stop there. The bullying continued throughout the week, getting worse every day. V would come home with bruises and cuts, but he wouldn't tell me or our parents who was doing it. He was scared. He didn't want to make things worse for himself. It wasn't until I had a vision that I found out the truth.
I'm trying to get to class. Please, just leave me alone. I don't want any trouble. Why me? Get off me, dude! Please, don't take my things. I need them for school. Why are you doing this to me? No, please! I don't have any money! I told you! I don't have any money!
They were the ones who were making his life a living hell. I had to wait. I had to plan. I had to make sure that when I did take revenge, it would be sweet and satisfying. So, I took my time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. As the school year went on, I watched from the sidelines as L, O, R, and E continued to torment my little brother. I could see the fear in his eyes every time he walked down the hallway. The way he flinched whenever someone came too close to him. It made my blood boil. It's not easy to watch someone you love go through bullying, especially when you know that he doesn't deserve it. You jerks made his life unbearable. And it was heartbreaking to see. You still don't remember? I'll remind you of other instances when you acted like morons and bullied him for no apparent reason. I remember how scared and small he looked, and how angry I felt about what you were doing to him. The second instance happened a week later, during gym class. V was changing in the locker room when again the lot of you came in. You started taunting him, telling him he didn't belong there, and that he should go back to the village he came from. You even took his clothes and threw them in the garbage. When my poor little brother came home that day, he was so upset and ashamed that he wouldn't even talk to me. I felt his agony, and swore to give you jerks a taste of your own medicine one day. The third instance of your cruelty happened during lunchtime. My little brother was sitting alone at a table, eating his sandwich, when you monsters came over and sat down next to him. At first, V was happy to have someone to talk to, but then you started making fun of him again. You made jokes about his shape, his eyes, and you even said he looked like a half-broken arrow. He tried to ignore you and kept eating, but you guys wouldn't stop. Eventually, he got up and walked away, leaving his lunch untouched. When I saw him after school that day, he was so bummed out that he ate 4 dinners that night. 2 hours later, he was sick as a dog. I could see the fear in his eyes every time he talked about school, and I knew that something had to be done. That's why I waited until today, the last day of school, to take my revenge. I want you imbeciles to understand the pain that you had caused, to feel what it was like to be powerless and alone. But I kept my cool. I didn't let you see how much you were getting to me. I stayed focused on my studies, on my training, on my revenge. And as the end of the school year approached, I knew that the time had come. And I couldn't wait to see the looks on your faces when you realized what was happening. I planted this electrocution machine in this room and made you run here for refuge. And now you would feel the fear that my little brother had felt, to understand what it's like to be tormented. It would be the most satisfying thing I have ever done. Now, let the games begin.